We've got ourselves the full trailer for Masters of the Universe Revolution, and we're going to talk about it on this episode of Geek Dad Live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special live stream talking about the new Masters of the Universe Revolution trailer. We finally got the full trailer. We've got a release date coming up on January 25th, so just a couple of weeks away from the second season of the Netflix Masters of the Universe cartoon series or animated series. And while I guess for some the first season was controversial, we were big fans of it here in the GDL verse. A lot of awesome stuff in that first season. And looking at the trailer, seems like even more awesome stuff to look forward to in the second season, named Revolution, whereas the first season was named Revelation, which I may get that wrong like 20 times, and I didn't realize I'm saying it wrong, but it is the second season of the Netflix series, and just so much stuff packed into that trailer that I wanted to talk about it live with you all, and want to hear your thoughts as well in this forum. And then I also want to kind of dig into the fantastic Nate Baertsch poster art. I mean, it's Nate. He should be called Nate the Great Baertsch. But anyway, we'll dig into that after we go through the trailer. But if I want to say hello to the chat, it is hopping on a Thursday night. We got Geek Illustrator Dad, Brian Carr, Overman, Too Bad Dad, Alpha Magnus is here. Stanley's Toy Channel, Geek, I'll do it again. Studio Henge Kenton, Dartherian, Tony Taponi is here. Stanley's Toy Channel in the house. Tony Johnson is here. Overman, Ian in the house. Paul Galliano. Good to see you again, Paul. Marty McWi-Fi, Sean's Toy Room, Brad Blackwell in the house. I also got Liquid Cucumber here. As well as Leonard Peaton. Did I do Dartherian? I'll do Dartherian again. And Mecha Man Blade is here too. Okay. So let me pull up the trailer now. And I will try to, I don't know, make it as small as I possibly can. I don't want to get a copyright. That's probably too big. Whatever. If they copyright slam me, then so be it. But hopefully I won't be playing it straight through again because I don't want to get like pulled from the internet from Netflix lawyers, but I definitely want to kind of go through it piece by piece because there's a ton of stuff in the trailer. But I will say the trailer definitely, again, I haven't seen the series yet. I may be getting a press screener ahead of when it drops on the 25th, so I can have a review ready to go on the 25th. But currently, I have not seen the season yet, so I personally don't know a lot of the details. I have some of the information. Again, friend of the channel, Ted Biaselli, has kind of talked to me about some of the stuff, but generally, I try to stay spoiler free. And also, people will tell me things sometimes, and then I'll forget about it. So I may have forgotten any, important plot points that he maybe has told me. But anyway, really a lot of cool stuff in this. But I was mentioning all that to say it definitely seems to be some core plot components in this trailer. So if you're trying to stay super spoiler free, which I totally respect, I totally get it. I'm going to put a very light spoiler alert. It's a trailer. It's like full trailer. Full trailer is usually where you start to get, some of the bones of the plot. So just a very light spoiler alert because we're gonna be digging into this trailer. Ted Kilt with the Music Man, Chef's Kiss. I was chatting with Ted right before going on live here. I asked if he had any comments that he wanted to share, and I think he very smartly wants to wait till everything, or at least the show is out. And don't worry, we have a show planned with Ted, which should be a lot of fun, as well as another special guest. I think once we lock in the date and the time of the recording and everything, then I'll announce it. But should have a really fun show with some special guests to talk about this season of Masters of the Universe Revelation. But I did want to share what Teddy had to say about it. Yeah, so we'd rather talk more after the show. Maybe just the fact that He-Man is in almost every episode. So there was a big critique, or at least I don't know. I feel like it was an unfair critique of the first season that it took too long or He-Man wasn't in enough. And so the only comment Teddy wants to put in is that there's a lot of He-Man. So everyone should be cool. But anyway, let's see. Was never a big He-Man fan, but I like the show. The fans really killed my interest. I feel like it's just a lot of bad faith stuff. Like, again, you can not like something. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and debate with you, or are there things you can nitpick or whatever? Sure, fine. But overall, I thought it was a hell of a good show. It took MOTU and kind of made it an adult show in a lot of ways, like a really grown-up show. But I'm also one of those people that, while I appreciate the Filmation series, even as a kid, I wasn't a big fan. I was a much bigger fan of the toys and the mini comics. I had far more fun with those. And I didn't really become a huge fan of any type of TV series until the 2000X series. And so for me personally, I don't hold the Filmation series as sacred as maybe some others do. So that could affect my perception of it, because for me, I really loved the first season of Masters of the Universe on Netflix, because it's just a really good story. And it was compelling. The animation was great. It had some incredible moments, some great character development. And while maybe He-Man wasn't at the forefront all that much, but it allowed space for other characters to really shine. Evil Lynn had a lot of amazing moments throughout the entire season. Orko, probably the greatest glow up out of any MOTU character in that series. And coming back as Orko the White. So, there's a lot of those types of opportunities in that season that I think do make it pretty special. VCG cosplay. Revelation became my intro into MOTU, and then became a fan of the toy line because of you, John and Dan. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Fans love that the fake outrage YouTubers don't like it. Need those clicks. I mean, that's not to belittle anyone, but rage sells, annoyance sells, and that's how it goes sometimes. It stinks, but I guess it's the way the algorithm works. But I don't like playing that game personally. Too Bad Dad agrees with me on the Filmation series. Brian Carr, Revelations was more adult-oriented cartoon for us, more adult age fans. Paul says 100% this iteration felt like the show had grown up with us, as opposed to giving us some childish doo-doo. I also really enjoyed Mike Young Productions' MOTU 2000X. Yeah, agree. All right, so that sets the scenes. It's just the way the cookie crumbles and the butters. Okay, let's jump into this trailer. We'll kick it off here, starting with, essentially, this is the most spoilery thing, I would guess, in that King Randor has died, which is a huge kind of plot motivator, and kind of, I don't know how this will all play out, but it seems like, at least just for Adam/He-Man's journey, to be kind of the main aspect of probably what he'll be dealing with throughout the entirety of this season, while also trying to deal with a fairly up-leveled Skeletor. What do spoiler? I had a spoiler warning, okay. But yeah. Can I just say though, I really dig these royalty fits, these uniforms. This is the royal military uniform or something. Like, it's a cool look. Are we gonna get these action figures, Mattel? I don't know, maybe it's too dark. I guess, is this only like their funeral attire? Maybe that's too dark. But I don't know. It looks kind of cool. A new look. But yes. Oh, darn it. Here we go. King Randor is dead. Long live the king. Which is really sad because in the first season, I feel like they had such a so much growth together. And so it's actually like really tragic that, and again, I don't know how this all plays out, but I would assume this happens pretty early on in the season if this is part of the trailer. And if this happens early like that, I don't know, it's just going to be sad. And maybe it's because I am a dad. So it's hard to think about a day when I won't be there anymore for my kids. But yeah, so it's really sad. And I, the first season tackled with what if, the secret of He-Man got out, right? What if the secret that only a few knew got out? And now it's like, okay, well, he's a prince, and assuming he was supposed to take the throne, what does that mean for He-Man? Right? And yeah, to me, it's like, oh dang, I'd never thought about that, right? It's kind of the song I just can't wait to become king in Lion King. It's like, well, your dad has to die for that to happen. It's like, I'm not thinking about that, clearly. So yeah, I think it is really sad. We will get Funeral Adam. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a big deal because so many of these characters are ever living, right? They just kind of go on forever, and to lose a character like that, or to lose your father, it's I can only imagine it being pretty heavy. Chris Britt Briley, I was disappointed in the first part, and I'm a lifelong fan. With that said, I have no problem with people liking it. This part definitely looks better to me. Well, there you go. Exactly. Again, I don't have any problem with people that didn't like it. It was all like just I don't know, just seemed very bad faith kind of arguments. Just like, if it wasn't for you, fine, that's fine. Geek right, as long as they don't kill Cringer. Well, I mean, the first season definitely was okay with killing people. I mean, they killed Heaven in that series, right? They killed the Afterlife, or Evil Lynn did. That's kind of left unresolved. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Maybe they can bring back the Afterlife or whatever. Dartherian bringing in Shatner and Keith David went over budget. Had to lose Beta early on. Hey, that's maybe. But can we? I want to talk about Keith David for a second. So I think such a brilliant casting move for sure. It's a kick in the guts after the growth. Exactly. That's what I was saying, Brad. Like losing after the growth they had in season 1, and then he dies. It's just brutal. It hurts so bad. Studio Henge says, my two issues with Revelation were Hamill, love him usually, sound more like Joker than Skeletor, and Geller wasn't a great choice for Tila. Happy she's been recast with Melissa. To me, I like them both, but it is hard when somebody's voice is so known for one thing versus another. But yeah, agreed. Keith David makes everything better, no matter what. You just put him in anything, and it will be that much better. So let's keep moving on here. We've got our techno cults seemingly taking over Eternia. And I assume then we have He-Man taking things and turning into He-Man and fighting whatever this beast is. So I don't know. What do we all think about this cool beastie? And Jason, if you can see me live right now, you gotta stop calling me. I don't know. He must have a really good toy that just came into the shop. But I don't think he knows that I use my phone to be my camera. But this dude looks pretty nasty. Mr. Hootie Dean, this looks spectacular. In my opinion, MOTU has never been better. Boom. But yeah, this looks like a cool big bad. The Robo Kaiju, very Evangelion I love it. There was never a battle with the Horde, the Masters, and Skeletor's forces at the same time that I recall in my MOTU cartoon, so that would be cool. Absolutely. Brad Beckel said thought it could be Monstroid from the Christmas special. That would be cool. That'd be awesome. What did John think? That's a great question. I should have sent him a message today. I did not. I was talking to him this week. And I do want him to be a part of that special episode, but hopefully we can make that happen. But still, this is just normal He-Man. We got a little bit of Orko in there as well. And I'm blanking on what's her name? That's not Adora. What's her name? I'm blanking now. The sub part doing it live. I've forgotten this character's name. Let me know in the chat. Help me out here. Andra? Maybe? Crap. Andra, there it is. Whew. All right. Good Lord. Andra. Thank you. But I assume if now, okay, maybe I need to rewatch it. Did she become the Man-at-Arms at the end of the season? Is she the new Man-at-Arms now? Or the mass? Yeah, she the new Man-at-Arms. I think so. And defending against this bad guy. I assume this is all pretty early on in the season, maybe the first episode. We got a from Kevin Smith. We've got Skeletor with his new, post motherboard conversion. And now he's able to convert different people into his technocult. Yeah, boom. Okay, cool. All right, good. Glad I'm remembering these things. I agree. But again, John's still alive. He's still fine. He's still happy. He's just super busy with his toy shop. Super busy. If I'm remembering correctly, I believe Ted posted this on one of the posts of the poster because there's the Man-at-Arms there, and I believe Man of War is what he is kind of upgraded to. So there you go. I think I saw that in the post. Yeah. Yep. Duncan, Man of War. Yep. Exactly. So he got promoted, and then Andra got promoted. Everybody's getting promotions. But love seeing Too Bad here. We got a new Eternia Too Bad. Will we get a Techno Viper Too Bad? I guess it remains to be seen. Helder Santos, what's up? I'm kind of upset only because they're showing too much spoilers. It's not cool. I've seen the new trailer and it spoils a little too much. Here's the thing. I feel like this is probably spoiling episode 1, but we really don't know where it's going to go from there, is my guess. Again, I don't know specifically, but that would be my guess. Scott, you tried to sneak on without knowing. I posted it in the main GDL Prime as well that I was doing this. Sounds like Andra, not Andra. She's Man-at-Arms. Andra. Sorry, Geek. I was right at Andra. There we go. It is not split. I believe it's only like a one, because it was 10 episodes. I think this is only like 5 or 6 episodes, if I'm remembering correctly. They did a panel at Comic-Con this past year. I believe they said that there. But so again, that's why I did put a spoiler warning here in case it does rub anyone the wrong way. But so now, at the end of season 1, the Horde was only implied when the little signal came out of the top of Motherboard's head. Here, it seems like we're just full on Horde now. The Horde is taking over Snake Mountain or whatever. And, boom, Horde is in Eternia. You have to admit there's a lot going on. 100%. 3 bad? That's fun. I like that idea. So, boom. All right. Moving on. We got confirmation. Yep, only 5. Boom. There you go. So let's keep moving on here. We've got Skeletor wanting to become the king. Something unique about this scene, though, is it's not Techno Skeletor. It's like normal Skeletor. And there's like a scene a little bit later, which seems like it's Keldor's face burning off. So maybe it's like right after that happens or something. This is a flashback. So anyways, that's my guess here. Because if they're playing the, Keldor is Randor's brother, like maybe there was a ascension to the throne thing that they wanted to play around with, or they want to play that line. It's a really compelling story, especially if Randor is dead. Like the Skeletor, I think he deserves the throne because anyway, I think it'll be interesting to see. Yes, Keldor lives. We just don't know the length of the episodes, right? Ooh, that's a great question. Teddy's in meetings right now, so he probably can't answer that. Does anyone know the length of the episodes? Maybe I'll post it afterwards. Because last season they were like 30 minutes. So I don't know if it'll be like 5 45-minute episodes or 5 30-minute episodes. Either way, it'll be like a movie once it's all completed. Mr. Hootie Dean says it's weird to do a Sibley storyline without She-Ra, but we don't know. We don't know till we know how that all play out. But also I know there's like the whole rights thing with She-Ra and how does that all come to back. So maybe she can't be. But yeah, I would assume so. I would assume if you have Randor's death and you're going to see a scene a little bit later, it looks like Keldor's face is melting off into Skeletor. And again, this scene of Skeletor looking at the crown is not his current Techno Skeletor state. So that's my guess. That's my guess on that one. The Lion King with midriff. With abs. All right, let's keep moving. Oh, yeah, this scene right here. Here we go. Boom. It's kind of gross and graphic. But that looks like Keldor's face melting off because it's blue and revealing the skeleton face. Oh, boom. Well, there you go. Teddy said no She-Ra. So there you go. Yeah, that's a tough one just because of the whole rights thing. So, I don't know nothing. I know nothing. Jon Snow. And even if I did know something, I would probably forget it by the time it was time to know or remember it. All right. So let's keep moving on here. So yeah, that's why I think we're definitely gonna get some Keldor backstory, which would be great. And it'll be a lot of fun to see on screen. But then at some point, we have Skeletor, the Techno Skeletor, which is the minion of Hordak at this point, wearing the crown. So he's gotta be winning at some point. We have Evelyn, who is clearly working with the good guys, which is great. And there's this cool scene a little bit later between Orko and her that I thought was really cool. But yeah, Skeletor is super powerful now because he, with I guess a snap of his fingers, can just enlist people into his techno cult. Which is pretty scary. Good Lynn. Good Lynn. Just Lynn. I would have just like owned the evil, it's like it was part of my past, so I still call myself Evil Lynn, but I mean Lena Headey, she did such a great job. And I'll talk about it in a second with the pair up with Orko, but like that storyline, those two together, was just such a compelling story. And then we can see a little bit of the Man at War, which a lot of people are thinking it's Extendar. It's definitely Extendar style armor, but it looks really freaking cool. Ooh, I like this, Ian. Chaotic neutral Lynn. I bet she ain't so good. Okay, I like that. But yeah, I agree. The white armor Man at Arms looks amazing. We gotta get a figure of that. Didn't see it at Comic-Con. We saw a few figures, but we did not see a Man at War a figure. And yeah, we got the Havoc staff for sure there. Paul says, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think it'd be cool if this version of Skeletor, Skeletech, eventually takes on the look of New Adventure Skeletor. I mean, yeah, that'd be cool as hell. I totally agree. totally agree. But yeah, it's not looking great if he can just spread this virus, because basically he could quickly take over Eternia. Oh, damn, VCG. I love this. Balanced. Brad, how can they redeem her with the death she caused? Great question. Overman, when Duncan dies, they're totally using his roboto tech to turn him into Extendar. Oh, boom. But I don't want Duncan to die. If you're having Randor die, you can't have like both father figures die. What's with all trying to kill all the fathers out there? Jeez. And then we've got Sorceress Tila showing up here with her staff. Looks like it's an icy gray skull, maybe? That's my guess. And we got ourselves some classic Horde characters looking freaking awesome. I think my favorite look out of these would probably be Leech, just because he is kind of he's a quirky action figure, and there's like kind of no way to make him menacing with the sucking action, but like this Leech looks really freaking cool, like really really good. Yeah, exactly. Frozen Kingdom, Frozen Empire. I keep calling it Frozen Kingdom. It's Frozen Empire. This is Game of Thrones He-Man. Everyone dies. I know, Alpha Max, but I don't want two of them to die. I hope they make these in Origins. What we've gotten all of these in Origins. We've gotten a Leech, we've gotten Mantana, we've gotten Grizzlor. So we've gotten these already. And we've gotten is it just Grizzlor in Masterverse? So there's more we could do in Masterverse, but we've already gotten all of these in Origins, at least the more classic style. Yeah, we'll talk about the Tech Grayskull in a second. Yeah, the Horde looks very monstrous, as they should be. So I think they're looking really cool here for sure. Let's keep moving. Yeah, here we go. Some more Grizzlor action. And then I'm assuming this is a flashback between Hordak and Skeletor. We've seen this look of the Skeletor. It's like Horde servant Skeletor. It's an action figure we're getting. So we've seen this for a while now. So I would assume there's some past between the two of them that is now coming to pass. But let's just give our flowers for Keith David, because he is the perfect casting. I do know this. I do know that Teddy really wanted Keith David, and it's the perfect casting. The perfect casting. And I mean, yeah. Is there anything else to say? I think it's the perfect casting for this character. He's so good. So good. If I remember, and I think maybe it's been posted, but at Comic-Con they showed a clip with Hordak talking for an extended period of time, and it was just like, just that voice, that presence. It makes Hordak just another level. Like Skeletor's here and Hordak's here, and I think it's gonna be so cool. So cool. Mount, so much great casting. KD is perfect. Agreed. Ooh, what if Hordak melts Skelly's face in the battle? Maybe. If they don't make them, the heads and armor should be cross-compatible, Mr. Hootie Dean. That's true. Mr. Houdini, he's replying to this message. I want the Revolution designs and origins like Man at Arms and the new He-Man. Yeah, that'd be great. Because really, it's Masterverse has been where we've gotten a lot of the Revelation style stuff. And I bet if Teddy was here, he would say, this is interpretations of those original classic designs. But still, I don't see why you couldn't also get that in the origin scale, for sure. We do not know. It's been pretty closely guarded on who William Shatner's character is going to be. So we don't know yet. We don't know yet. Did we have any good theories on who he could be? Let us know. And yes, here we go. We've got our Horde converted Castle Grayskull, which looks so freaking menacing. Whoever decided to put eyeballs in the Castle Grayskull, I hope you're happy for giving so many people nightmares, because I'm sure I've thought of it, or others have thought of it, like what that would be like. But it is the creepiest thing ever. It's so creepy. But it looks cool. It looks really, really cool. So we got to assume if Hordak is taking over Castle Grayskull at some point in this season, the bad guys win the battle, maybe not, and hopefully not the war. But dang, that's heavy. It reminds me of the Evil Dead, but yeah, Evil Dead 2 poster, 100%. And I always want an animated Hordak to be as menacing as the original toy looks, so I'm super happy with Keith David. Great call out. Had a few people say Shatner as Granomir. I think that makes sense, just where Shatner is currently in his life and how that could align. I'm also seeing Shadow Weaver. Shatner as Shadow Weaver. Mr. Houdini says the animation is stunning. I agree. I think the animation looks really good. Shatner is Rio Blast. That'd be fun. Greek Illustrated Dad says my kid's reaction to Grayskull was priceless. It's unsettling. It is unsettling. Tony Taponi, William Rio Blast Shatner. Brian Carr, I never liked the snorting of the original Hordak in the cartoon. I agree. Just Keith David, just so perfect. So perfect. So yeah, I think to me, it is a perfect casting. Can't wait to get the new looks of Teela and Evelyn in Massiverse. Massiverse greater than Origins, in my opinion. I mean, earlier on, I would have said no way, not a chance, but Massiverse has been killing it. Like 23 was their year, and I hope it keeps going as strong as it has been going. So Shatner is Gwildor. That's right, we have Gwildor to account for. So yeah, we'll have to see how that all plays out. Okay. So keep going. Willie Shatner, this is the scene that I want to talk about. We have Jocelyn and Orko kind of combining their powers to fend off a bad person somewhere. But I love this team up. I really do, because again, in the first season, I thought they had some really great emotional story arcs, and I don't think Griffin Newman and Lena Headey are in the same room together acting, but I don't know, just like the script, like how they read their lines, or however it was written, or however it all happened. They worked really well together. The two characters worked really well together. Those two actors worked really well together. And so now it's just a bit in a trailer. I mean, this is the only time they're like teamed up, but I love the idea of more Lynn and Orko story combinations. Orko and Lynn being shipped, Linco. But yeah, it's Netflix, so it'll be all at once. There's just not going to be 10 episodes, Stanley's Toy Channel. It's going to be 5 episodes. That's it. VCG Cosplay, I love how these two bonded. I agree. Again, it was really it was a moving story arc for sure. Shat says the line, we all know how powerful little magic can be. Since he's in scenes with Orko, that seems likely. Oh, with Gwildor? Maybe. I prefer Ko-Lin. I like that as well. Love this partnership, says Brad. I agree. So again, I don't know how much they're gonna be paired up, but I hope they're paired up a lot, because if I was showrunner, I'd be like, oh, these two really had some emotional growth moments together, so it makes sense for them to be paired up some more. But Watch is maybe the only scene they're together, so who knows? But yeah, so look at a little combi action, a little combination magic, and boom, we've got the yellow and the purple magic working together. Super cool. Love that. And again, more Orko the White. We're getting that figure in the Gwildor Orko 2-pack, which I'm excited about. Remember, it is a fan channel exclusive, so it'll be, what is that? Is that Amazon, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store? That's how we'll be able to get the Gwildor and Orko figures. Will Ferrell should show up and out to them with a ribbon dance. Oh, man. He was trying to start trouble, huh? I hope it starts off with the dream sequence where Adam dies. Oh, my God. No, the one comment Teddy had that he wanted to share was a lot of He-Man throughout the entire season. So, but anywho, I agree. I can't wait for that 2-pack either. I need that 2-pack for sure. All right, let's keep moving on here. Eternos coming under attack from a big old horde army. It's not looking great. And this is definitely Duncan. Don't know when this is happening, though. Is this like the final battle, or is it still kind of episode 1-ish stuff? Okay, here's the big thing. We first saw this, I think, in Nate Baertsch's poster. But Teela, so it looks like this is definitely Granamir's hand, right? I'm pretty sure this is Granamir's hand. And it looks like, kind of turning Teela into the green goddess, which I absolutely love. So freaking cool. And it's very Snake. Look at that. Oh. Yep, I got some fang action going on. Also kind of a tail. Do you see the kind of spiritual tail that she has going on there? I know the piece from Mattel sometimes watch these shows. If you are watching Mattel, we need a figure of this character, and it needs to be just as cool as what we're seeing in this image. Because God, it looks so cool. It looks so good. Oh man, but I know if you've watched this channel for a while, we interviewed Nate Baertsch way back when he did the Grayskull art for MOTU Origins, and Green Goddess is one of his favorite characters, and he as a joke painted the Teela that was supposed to be on the box art for Grayskull as the Green Goddess. But we shared that original pass at the art where it was Green Goddess instead of Teela in that video. We eventually got a Green Goddess in MOTU Origins. Unfortunately, kind of peg-warmed. You can probably still find her sometimes at Walmarts and stuff like that if you run into her. But it's a great figure. It's one of my favorite characters. Again, I'm a big mini comics fan. If I'm going 80s He-Man, I'm leaning mini comics versus Filmation personally. But yeah, I need a Snake Goddess Teela, 1000%. It's gonna be a deluxe in that long box with one staff and extra hands. Oh man, but this looks so good. Agreed, Beefy Bites. This is looking good. It just looks badass, like so freaking awesome. Love that. And then we've got old Duncan still in his Eternia Palace attire, talking about what's in He-Man or Adam's heart. Now, this is a different looking, hold on. Boop. That's a slightly different looking power sword there. What does that mean? I have no idea. But maybe at some point we kind of get a sword upgrade, right? Maybe this is kind of touching upon the 2000X series. Like I think it was the original idea was Skeletor got the power swords, and then Duncan made a kind of techno version of it. They eventually dropped that, if I'm remembering all this correctly. It's been like 15, 20 years since I got onto that stuff. But they dropped it, and it's just the power sword was this very techno-looking power sword. But I'll be curious to see if maybe that is a story point they kind of touch on where they have to upgrade or change the power sword in some way to take on Hordak or something like that. That would be fun. We got $10 super chat. I'm a huge lifelong MOTU fan. I love the first season and am very much looking forward to this season. I love different interpretations. To me, that's just part of the fun. Scott Brown, 10 million % agree. Great super chat, great chat in general. That's the thing with anytime somebody's doing a different interpretation of something. Like, if you don't like it, cool. It doesn't ruin anything that comes before it. You still have it. It didn't delete it. It's not like Star Wars where you can't just go watch the original version of Star Wars. There's still, you can go watch the Filmation series. Go watch the Mike Young series. Read the mini comics. Like, you still have all of those things at your fingertips, if you so choose to. So whenever anybody's like, "Oh, you ruined my childhood" or whatever, I don't think so. You can't go back in time and ruin your childhood. It's not how that works. And yeah, just if you don't like it, cool. But yeah, I think trying new things is good. It's on the box of the Gwildor Orko 2-pack. I think. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, it looks like the power sword has gone tech 2. That's the power sword Gwildor has in the 2-pack with Orko. So there you go. Boom. Let's see. Didn't they mention having to learn to harness technology too? Could be why the sword looks exactly. That's also maybe because we see the Hordak has taken over Castle Grayskull. So maybe, you know, as part of them trying to fight back, they have to like adopt, to your point, the tech as well. Do something with the power sword to like defeat Skeletor or something like that. Everyone has a 2-pack of. Did I not? Does everybody already have it in hand? Well, damn, I'm behind on the times then. Yeah, everybody smash some like buttons. We have about 100 people watching right now, about 100 people. I just hope the fanboys don't get all toxic like with season 1. Well, you know, there's some bad faith crap about that. And my hope is, I mean, I'm sure the aquatic animal YouTube channels of the world will still try to drum up some controversy or whatever. But to me, I think it'll I don't know, hopefully not carry much weight or water. And yeah, exactly, because we're gonna see the battle armor in a second. Battle armor. Mine is in the mail, but I'm the great. I gotta check on that because I thought I pre-ordered that on Entertainment Earth. Why isn't mine shipped yet? Come on. I even used the promo code GeekDad. Maybe that's why. All right. There we go. We got the Man at War. He's got some like freaking thrusters. He can just fly now. That's pretty dope. I love that. And then did we have Wind Raiders last time? But we got some of those here, which is dope. Love that. And yeah, we got full on battle, Mantana. We've got Horde Troopers looking pretty big and menacing. They look like super battle droids, right? Or super destroyer droids. The ones that stand, walk, and then they put their hand out and shoot from Attack of the Clones. Oh, see, damn it. Why does BBTS always get so much faster than EE? EE, step your game up. Hashtag just saying. But I agree, Christopher. Another thing, we need these Horde Troopers. Mattel, if you're watching, Horde Troopers, please. Can has Horde Troopers. Please, please, please. Let's see. They better not give us Horde Grayskull for a classic style Grayskull. I missed out the first time. Damn kids being born. I don't know. It'd be crazy if they did a Grayskull, to be honest. But yeah. EE cancels my things more often than not lately. I saw pre-orders with them only if it's it's really frustrating. It's really, really frustrating. And Eric, you're right. EE always ships when I'm broke. 100% agree. It's so annoying. But yeah, give us the Horde Troopers, please. Can has Horde Troopers. A whole bunch, like a double pack. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Rio Blast, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, not to put too much conjecture on things, but it kind of has a Shatner-looking face. Just saying. Brian Carr, Horde Troopers are my favorite army builders of any line. They may be the best version of them. I agree. They're just big and menacing. They look cool. They look really hard to defeat as well, like with their heads kind of blocked and shielded by the shoulder pads. But speaking of, I guess it's not his shoulders, it's his knees. We have Rio Blast, one of the most ridiculous MOTU characters and one of my favorites. The vintage toy is absolutely one of my favorites. The Rio Blast Classics version is one of the great disappointments of the original MOTU Classics line. So this is a huge opportunity, Mattel, looking at you. If you want to tap into some Rio Blast action to give us a Masterverse version that could easily beat the Classics one. And if you don't remember, or if you weren't collecting Classics or you don't know, there was a lot of, like, they didn't have the funding or whatever, blah, 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 whatever Scott Knightley was saying at the time. And so it was just an armor piece that went over the normal MOTU buck. And you couldn't actually hold any of the weapons inside of the figure. They didn't cut anything out. So you just had to, like, attach all the guns and everything onto it. But it was just a flimsy piece of plastic that held that chest gun. I'd argue, I think it is the worst Classics figure. I could be wrong. You feel free to check me on that in the chat or in the comments if you're watching this after the fact. So anyway, Rio Blast being here, looking awesome, looking OG Rio Blast. Let's get this one in Masterverse as well. Because yeah, we need Rio Blast action for sure. Still have my childhood Rio Blast. I need a new Masterverse one. I have one as well. And it's such a ridiculous toy, but I love it. Love it. Let's see. Brian Carr, Masterverse Too Bad is better than MOTU C, and a Masterverse Spout will be better than MOTU C. Agreed. So we got Snout Spout here as well. Masterverse is on fire lately. Need that Rio. Mecha Neck. New Eternian is so damn good. New Eternian is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Mighty Spector is the worst. I wouldn't argue against it, to be honest. Polynamorous Molar, sure. Why not? Johnny Valderramos, excited for this new season. All the characters look incredible. Unfortunately, the Master figures are just bad. What? Hold on, Johnny. Have you been picking up the more recent ones, though? I really think Masterverse is a damn good toy line. In the past year, like, watch a lot of YouTubers' top figures of the year lists. A lot of Masterverse stuff from the past year. And agreed, Ian, we need a Rio Blast in Origins as well. Let's just make 24 the year of Rio Blast. Let's get him in Origins, get him in Masterverse. Let's just make it happen. No, we will not get 5 episodes later. It is just contained within these 5 episodes. So no splitting it up again. I think if Teddy were here, he would tell you that was one of the things that if he could change with the first season, he would. Just having it all out at the same time, so there was no, grumpiness about how much He-Man did or didn't show up in those first 5 episodes. Yeah, agreed. Masterverse has stepped up for sure. Love everything about the Masterverse figures except He-Man's face. I wouldn't disagree with you there. They have not nailed He-Man's face yet. The 40th anniversary one was okay, but still not great. Masterverse Too Bad is so good. Agreed. Trapjaw is incredible. Buzz Off. Like, so many good figures. Really, really good figures. Let's see. Masterverse, I'd say, has been the best thus far. New Masterverse. Okay, see, a lot of love for Masterverse right now. I got a new Eternian Beastman for $5. Junior and myself liked it. That's what Beefy Bites says right there. I passed on the line for the initial ones that felt cheap and looked bad. I'm clicking the Mondo line though, and those. Mondo line is incredible. That's a different beast altogether. It's like saying I like my Hot Toys Star Wars figures better than the Hasbro Star Wars figures. It's just not. We're not even in the same universe. But I will say I agree. Like those first ones were not going to blow anyone away. But I would say if you have the opportunity to pick some of the more recent ones up, do it because they're really nice. They turned out really, really good. But if you have the money and the space, the Mondo ones are absolutely incredible. Wow, the female Masterverse figures are way better than the classics. Classic females have so much makeup and big chins. Yeah, there was a lot of fair critiques on the female figures. I know the first season was split 5-5, but it's just 5. It's just 5. That's it. No mas. Ian says He-Man is the worst part of Masterverse. I do like the 40th anniversary one. Whiplash is really good too. I've had him near me for a while. He's so much great. You're right, Alpha Man. The best He-Man face was Faker, 100%. Which is so hilarious. Like, you have a good He-Man face. Just put it on He-Man. Anywho. And Brad, I agree. New Eternia changed Masterverse. I 100% agree. New Eternia and Johnny, if you're not aware, because again, if you kind of didn't go back to it, there's a line that isn't tied into anything specifically. It's just kind of a it's called New Eternia, and it's just kind of cool, classic, upgraded versions of all the characters you know and love. And it's absolutely fantastic. So anywho. Let's keep moving on here. Oh, but yeah, Snout Spout as well. And he looks cool too. He looks really badass. So love seeing him there. Okay, there we go. We got some Granomir action, and Granomir looks like, compared to the mini comics version or whatever, where he's just kind of a stately dragon just sitting, chilling. This one looks like ready to get in the action. Looking so freaking good. Charlie Weaver, good to see you, my friend. Hello, all. Glad I could make it. Getting ready for pending snowmageddon here in Minnesota. I know. I'm kind of jealous of all the snow. It's kind of hitting central United States. We just got a lot of rain here on the East Coast. Ray, I agree. Princess of Power does need a new Eternia treatment. Completely agree. Snout Spout, I hope is a Target exclusive, and I hope nothing's a Walmart exclusive. But again, toy companies, in order to get figures on shelves in Walmart and Target, have to offer them up exclusives to get that shelf space. It sucks. It sucks that it's a part of how business is done in the toy industry today. Like there's no sugarcoating it. It sucks. But if Walmart or Target aren't buying into these toy lines aren't happening. And I will not say which toy lines have been dramatically affected by one of the big two in the United States not picking up a toy line. But it 100% has limited or kneecapped different toy lines that we would probably love getting extra figures out of, because said big box retailer decided, I don't want to buy, or we don't want to put those on our shelves. So exclusives suck. It does. But in order for Walmart or Target to want to pick them up and put it, they want an exclusive. So it stinks. And it's kind of the one of the very crappy parts about toys and how toys are marketed, produced, and sold. But it's capitalism for you. Walmart, if you want them to buy it, so you got to play by the rules. Nothing would ever be a Walmart exclusive again, but I get why. I just recently required a Mossy. Oh, great. Good. There are 15 Origins Mossman figures stacked at my Walmart. But that's kind of the problem, I think, with the Mossman is some Walmarts are stacked with them, and some Walmarts have nothing. Like it's either everything or nothing with the Mossman. And I think that's the main complaint that I hear from people. So yeah. Let's see. Yep, Target killed their exclusive Transformers line. Yeah, again, like it's happened, and it sucks. It does really, really suck because there's stuff that I, again, haven't befriended enough of these toy industry people, and they're like, no, dude, we wanted this. What you're saying, you're 100% right, but XYZ company said we don't want to pick it up, and so that basically killed it. We couldn't do it, which stinks. Sure, better than communism. Sure, absolutely. Not saying communism is better than capitalism, but you know, there's definitely flaws in capitalism that I think are fair to critique. One of them being why we need exclusives in toy stores. The smallest, most irrelevant critique you can make is that. Okay, but Granomir, this looks badass. I don't know. I have no idea, but I would want a big ass Granomir. Maybe it could be like a Mattel Creations exclusive or something like that. Because we got the or what if Granomir could be this year's Comic-Con exclusive? We got the motherboard figure last year, or I reviewed it on the GDL Prime, and that'd be a cool one, right? If it's the only way to get a big SKU like that, is that a Comic-Con thing? A Granomir would be badass. That'd be awesome. So Ray Paz, like it would be a big skewed item. Like who knows if that hits retail or it'd have to be something like a convention exclusive. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to get political. I'm not trying to get political. It's just it is what it is. Like the supply demand and the retailers want the exclusives and they drive sales, and so it sucks. It sucks. But it is what it is. I think we saw Motherboard in the trailer. You still haven't bought Motherboard, Alpha Magnus. Come on. I think we should practice Oprah-ism in the toy collecting world. You get a Moss Man. You get a Moss Man. Wouldn't it be nice if it worked that way? It would. This Granomir would have to be larger than the MOTU C one. Yeah, it looks really big. But maybe you don't make it as big. Who knows? But it looks freaking awesome. Let's see. I believe is that Scareglow? What is that going by him there? Because this cuts to a different scene. We have our green goddess. Come on. She has the sorceress staff and the snake staff. Let's go. Love that. And some more techno. Oh, here we go. Come on now. I assume maybe this is like in the last episode, because I feel like if we're getting to King He-Man and Skeletor, like I feel like this would be the final battle. But this is such a sick look. Like, come on, King He-Man. And you're right, the gray skull on the shoulder pad there. Come on, this looks so good. Derek Hoover, this is going to be sick as hell. Hot diggity damn it, so good. King He-Man, so freaking cool. And Dolph hair, yeah, longer hair. Looks so good. Slave Delea, she's not Green Goddess. She's still Tila with the power of Ka. I know, but can't we just call her Green Goddess? Because that's the name we all know and love. But fine, whatever. He-Man looking hot here. I mean, come on. How I agree. Hot damn. Handsome as hell. But we'll talk about the lovey-dovey eyes. That closes out the trailer. We'll talk about that there. Well, I'm about to binge watch to refresh my memory. Absolutely. I have to watch it again too before I watch the season. He Cape. Yep. Again, need this as a toy. And I hope all the gold bits are very shiny and gold and sparkly. Maybe not sparkly, but just look gold. I love gold. Like, maybe it would be too much for it to be vac metal, but man, if it would be like vac metal gold, ooh, that would look so good. Or you're right. Or is he King Adam? Like, I don't know. But King He-Man has a better ring to it, to be honest. And what's going on with this power sword? Well, we talked about it earlier. Like, it looked like I had techno bits added to it, so maybe that's part of it. Is he a Disney prince? A very Disney prince look. We'll talk about it in a second. There we go. Melissa Benoit. Is it Benoit? Will always be a goddess, green or otherwise. Agreed. She is an incredibly kind human being. One year at Comic-Con, she was doing a panel for something, and she was in the same hotel that me and my family was in, and she was on the same floor as us. And so, like, for the whole week of Comic-Con, and so, we kept running into each other, going to and from the rooms and stuff like that. And Zach was really young, and it was Alex. And one of the kids was young and like super cute, and she was like really sweet with the boys and interacted with them and talked to them. And they had a little doggy. It's just, again, a very sweet human being, not in front of the lights or cameras, and just real human interactions. It's a really, really kind, good person. So there you go. But anyway, looks amazing. King He-Man, King Adam, however they play that out. We finally get a glimpse of Gwildor here. I'm guessing it's a different scene because Gwildor is holding, I guess, the Techno Advance power sword here. And Orko. Love this pairing. I'm just gonna say it too. I feel like Gwildor and Orko, like, they're kind of, parallel analogs to each other in a lot of ways. Yes, we did get a recast of Tila for sure. But anywho, Green Goddess, Warrior Goddess of Salad Dressings. But love that little punchy punch. And there, love that look of Skeletor. Looking good. And there we go. Disco Skeletor, ladies and gentlemen. Like, are we gonna call it Disco Skeletor? Got disco magic hands and the gold armor here and the gold crown thing going on. The light up crest. That's pretty cool. Looking very Shat. Oh, are we saying the Gwildor is looking very Shatner? Let's see. Okay, I could see a little, maybe a Shatner face there. Maybe. Very Gwildor looking badass. There's Shatner. I bet Shatner is Gwildor. Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see. Adam, great story. Thanks, Celeb Behind the Scenes, $5 for bit. Thank you so much, Adam. But yeah, Disco Skeletor. Come on. We need a figure of this too. We just need a figure of everything. Lord Disco, Rave Master Skeletor. I'm convinced he's Gwildor now. Okay, well, there you go. Boom. Mardi Gras Skeletor, Disco Claus Skeletor, Rave Master Skeleking. I love all these. Yeah, I love this. Love it. And boom, that closes out. All right, now we got to talk about the lovey-dovey eyes. But, oh, come on. This King He-Man look with the gray skull shoulder pads and gold. So good. He's like cosmic or something. Looks celestial. Yeah, absolutely. We gotta make sure we get a Skeletor Night Fever. My hope is this season does incredibly well so that we get a season 3 for sure. And this is what I was going to talk about. The love. Oh, whew. Hold on now. Okay. For any fans of Bluey, there's a term in Bluey that we use with the boys whenever, Colleen and I kiss or whatever. It's like, ooh, smoochy kiss. And that's what's going on here. Like, is this a dream sequence? Because clearly, like, we got Adam, and he looks like he's wearing his royal blues here. He's got his royal outfit, his military outfit or whatever. And he's holding onto Tila, and they about to kiss. Okay. They at least kiss. Yeah, it does. Exactly. It does belong on a romance novel cover from the 80s or 90s. So yeah. We're a family-friendly show, but I wouldn't disagree with you. Ooh, romance. I love this. Yeah, Prince Adam became Prince Adam, the Disney version. I love that. Maybe in the cartoon series, but in this one, I think they're about the same age. So I think that works. They about to hoax style smash. It's like, yeah, it's getting hot and steamy in here with these sultry eyes looking at each other. Ooh, wedding scene. He's wearing a suit, but we saw him in that suit at the funeral. So I don't know. Like, I have no idea for the context of this scene other than, whew, super steamy. Anyway, whew, 50 Shades of Grayskull. Dreamweaver, I believe in me tonight. Slave to Leia, Teal and Adam have always been the same age. That's what I thought. I think the three towers are rising again. Oh gosh. Oh damn, Brian Brink. I've worn the same suit to a wedding and a funeral. Yeah, definitely. Adam's gone full Fabio, 100%. So there you go. And I love how it's like, by the power of Grayskull. Okay. I hear you. There, Prince Adam. Oh, yes. Kiss from a rose on the Grayskull. Ooh, the more I give it to you. Okay, listen, Teddy, I know it's probably already decided. This is already done. But maybe you should have Seal's Kiss from a Rose on the gray just playing in this scene. I'm just saying. I'm not telling you how to do your job, but maybe. Just put it in there. Yeah, by the power of Grayskull, indeed. Those highlights and reflections are fantastic. Agreed. Ryan Dole Fan Club. The tension between them has been going on since the 80s, 100%. Yep. But yeah, boom. There you go. So I guess gonna get some romance, some smoochy kisses. I would hope so. Okay, you got to resolve this. This has to resolve itself. But anyway, what a trailer! I'm excited. January 25th. So that's that's a Thursday. I will have a full review of the series, planning to, on that day. It'll drop that day. And we're working on a very special episode of Toy Geeks that will be pre-recorded, but it will drop on the Sunday after its premiere. And it's hopefully, I'm really pumped for it. Personally. I did say I was going to go over the Nate Baertsch art. Good Lord. Nate Baertsch art. So I will keep that promise. But let me know in chats. What do you think of the trailer? You loving it? You hating it? What's your thoughts? But it seems, at least, I haven't seen anybody poo-poo on this. So that's great. Let's see, new Bluey episodes just dropped tomorrow. For all the MOTU fans, listen, I'm a full-on Bluey fanatic. Love Bluey. Huge fan. So no shame in that game. I think it's one of the great shows that's on television right now. Like no joke, no anything, not even best kids show, just one of the best shows on TV, period. All right, so let's pull up the poster here from Nate Baertsch. MOTU Bluey crossover confirmed. New Ghostbusters trailer coming soon. When is it going to drop? I don't know, but I know it's being worked on. We have friends of the channel that are helping work on it, but hopefully soon. MOTU Blue. Okay. Let's talk about this Nate Baertsch poster. We are Nate Baertsch stands here on this channel. We all love his work. It's incredible. I love that he has been able to do poster art for both halves of the first season and now this season. I love that he got to do, again, one of his favorite characters is Green Goddess, so I love that he got to do this version of Tila. And she looks incredible in this art. We got Man at War. We've got Just Lynn. We've got Battle Armor He-Man. We've got Andra, who's the new Man at Arms. We've got Granomir, who looks, again, we need a Granomir figure. I don't know how the hell it'll happen. But please, Can has Granomir. Can has Horde Troopers. Can has all of this. Just saying. That's what I would ask for. A simple ask. A humble ask. And then we've got Techno Skeletor. We've got, I assume this is the new sword, right? Or at least the upgraded power sword, because it's got the little kind of glowy bits here, those techno bits. So that's a part of it. We've got Orko the White. We've got Motherboard and Hordak looking over, Techno Skeletor looking awesome. And then we've got the Horde takeover of Castle Grayskull on the top. Like, just so happy Nate is like a full-time, Four Horsemen employee. But and all of his work is always great. But whenever he dips his toe into the MOTU verse, magic happens. And it looks so good. So love it. Granomir has been drinking his D&D juice 100%. Sam Laurie, Techno Skeletor, Disco Skeletor, Country and Western Skeletor. It is funny, we have two musical genres as terms for Skeletor now. We have Techno Skeletor and Disco Skeletor. I love that. I would hope, I don't know, like, can we like let Nate make a really nice like art print of this to like make, and we can frame and put on a wall. Maybe they could do a Build-A-Figure grand. It looks huge. It looks huge. Careful with the Has, Jay, you might summon Cheeseburger. We're not talking about Hasbro, so I think we'll be fine. So boom, super pumped. I was excited already. Like, I was gonna watch this season no matter what anyway. I love season 1. But this trailer has me hyped. A lot of great nuggets in it. Thank you for coming to hang out as we dug through it. I want to give a special thanks to the patrons of the Geek Dad Life community, this channel, all of the Geek Dad Life channels. If you'd like to become a patron, it's only $5 or more a month. You get your name in the credits at the end of every live stream. You get access to Geek Dad Life After Dark, the unrated post Toy Geeks party, and hangout on Sunday nights. We have a lot of fun there, a lot of cool, fun topics and discussions. You get access to our exclusive Discord. So it's like this chat you're in right now, but full time. All of that for $5. So big thanks to our patrons. Without you, none of this would be possible. Ian, Jay just swears for not really. I don't think so. Ryan Dole, thanks for spoiling this with all the content this week, Jay. Thank you so much. More to come. I'm finishing up the Turtle Van War video. It'll be decided between Super 7, NECA, and UA, at least from my perspective. And we've got a ton of Ghostbusters content coming up. I've got most of the figures. Big thanks to Pat, aka Video Power Gaming, for finding all those for me. So those will be coming up soon. So stay tuned to the Prime channel for all the reviews, as well as this Sunday, a special Toy Geeks. We'll talk about Ghostbusters Plasma Series and whether or not it needs saving. Thank you so much for hanging out. And until next time, hasta luego, and goodbye. Take care, everybody.